Hey guys, it's been a while since I last played Town Star, especially since the rewards stopped. I just thought I'd get logged back on. A couple of new features I wanted to run through. So when the rewards do come back, and get up and running, so you can get your meet your daily challenge. So as you can see, good old fashioned sheep, running wool and uniform. Now on this occasion I've switched, and as well as getting uniform, what I'm going for is fabric boxes. So fabric boxes give you about 1.1 million, and I want to say somewhere like 40,000 stars. So easily meet your daily challenge right up until the end. So what do you need to produce fabric boxes? Well, for a normal uniform setup, I always run 2 cotton. As you can see, only 3 cotton fields, very close proximity to the silo, and these are just high speed into it. 1 permanently running on wool from just 6 pens, nice strategically placed close to the feed mills, and thus to the silo and the wheat crop. So basically you run it through to uniform. Once you've got enough uniform, you can flick it over to run fabric boxes. So it's a wooden box, which I'll show you, 3 uniforms and a wax. So first off, wooden box, very easy, just comes from your lumber mill, just requires 1 lumber, 2 wood. As you can see, I've got my lumber mill and all of my factories sitting next to the power plant, so I'm not having to generate batteries for any of that. However, to get this beeswax, or wax I should say, you need to have this pottery shop. Now, a good sort of word of warning for this one, even though it needs 2 batteries to operate it, if you put it close to a factory or a power plant, and obviously looking for the batteries, it takes up to 20 minutes to produce a ceramic bowl. So initially I'd set it up right next door, saw it was in red, looked to see how I could get that down into green like I've got now, which I think is 2 minutes. And even though you can have it next to your water pump, because it does need 1 water as well, you're going to have to get the batteries by turning your power plant on and off. Obviously we all know you leave your power plant on for more than 10 minutes and all your storage is full. So, of batteries that is. So that's the only issue I guess I've got at the moment, is I have to flick one of my factories from fabric over to fabric box, and yeah, obviously the batteries to keep this pottery shop running. So we've got some bees. Obviously what the bees need is free nectar, just some nectar fields. They do need to be near water. 1 lumber and 1 ceramic bowl, which your pottery's taking. Now to get your ceramic bowls, he just needs 2 batteries and 2 clay fields. Again, next to water I think for that one. They produce pretty quick, so you only need 1 of them and 1 beehive, and of course you'll have your beekeeper house to look after that. So yeah, just these 3 sort of items, 4 sorry, including the fields, to produce wax. So as you can see, he's taken his little ceramic bowl, he's popped it in there, and then these bees over here will collect their nectar. The beekeeper will go and grab the lumber, add the ceramic bowl, and Bob's your uncle, he'll make a wax. Now I've just made 20 fabric boxes, as you can see. So as I said, I just flick that from fabric boxes back to uniform, and that's more than sufficient. It doesn't really warrant having 5 factories, because you cannot make uniform quick enough to satisfy a permanent fabric factory. So I just flick them over every hour or so. That's about it really, standard setup. I've stayed with houses at the moment instead of ATVs and tractors. Got my little feed bot running around, looking after the sheep there. A couple of storage units which I'm not using, sugar and flour, got them as free NFTs. I also have got my wool storage. However, some of you are probably already aware that if you use this wool storage, the factories will not take wool out of it. You can sell it from the storage, but just like this guy here, you know, is collecting his wool from these storage houses here, they just don't pick up from the NFT wool storage. I don't know why. I don't know if that's a glitch or whether it's made to be like that. So let's go on ahead. So what have I got? Took me a while to build some cash up, and you know, then I had to spend it all on building this, so I'm down to 2.7. So let's get some sales done. 1.1 each, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, 1.133. Let's get one of these sold. Get some cash back in the bank. So I'm quite close to the town. It's like 25 seconds or whatever, you know, away. So that should jump me up to 3 point, give or take, 9, and I don't know, 4.55, somewhere like that. We'll soon see. $4.42, and yeah, 3.9 as I thought. Let's get rid of the second one. So in total, you know, it's not too bad. It will you know, make enough cash, you know, versus your per hourly rate. So as you can see, I'm running on 3.620 minute rate, sorry, not hourly, and you know, that is more than enough to cover that cost with these sales. So that should take me up to somewhere in the region of 5 and what, 4.80, something like that, 4.72, and yeah, 5. So you know, that's my farm. This McStovs as always. Yeah, nothing too exciting. Just to recap, running two cotton permanent, 1 wool permanent, and switching between fabric plant and fabric box. Flick on your batteries every now and again just to keep enough for your pottery shop to be running. Just takes 2, and you only need, you know, 1 wax to be able to make your fabric boxes, so you don't even need that running on permanently either. Here's a little fella, look now, he's retrieving a ceramic bowl to go into the beehive. Yeah, one lumber mill, more than suffice. What have I got there? 45 lumber. Got to make sure that you've always got enough wood left over for these guys up here. That's why I've got this sort of separate lumber yard. I am a bit concerned it's at 0 at the moment. However, you know, I've got some auxiliary trees up there, and when these guys do the old conga where they all stop and bring like 10 wood down, they will leave that in the lumber yard, but at the moment that's it's running quite dry. But yeah, that's it really. That's how to run, you know, fabric boxes. Just one thing I am interested in, if any of you guys have tried it, is this boxing facility. Not a lot of description, just says that boxing facility will handle complicated boxes and parcels. It's got a little picture there of bread. Now I'm presuming it doesn't make the bread, it packages it for sales, but let me know if you've tried that. I haven't really got enough cash to start, you know, rearranging this yet, and to seeing, you know, what that does. I want to build a little bit up before potentially losing a couple of million doing that. But yeah, you know, it's good to refresh yourself on what's going on the game, all the changes. So as I said, when the rewards come back, you can get, you know, bang on it. At the moment, I haven't really, you know, not in the hunt. Didn't really boot up until late this afternoon. I've only left it running for an hour or 2. But next month I'm gonna go for it. Get it running early, leave it running overnight and things like that. Just got to be mindful of your setup. As I said, this pottery shop is a nightmare with having to use batteries as opposed to having it close to get them, you know, direct within what 3 spaces it would sufficiently get to battery. But anyway, hope you guys got some benefit from this. Catch up with you all soon, and here's to Gala.